Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Do you have cash? There's a 600 million dirham penthouse for sale in Dubai.
As well, Emiratization continues as 92,000 Emiratis employed towards the end of 2023 in the private sector.
Ronaldo is here. Rumor has it he's also looking at a property, and we saw him leaving on a plane from Dubai to Dubai yesterday.
As well, we have the cutest second date story about a kitty rescue.
And do stay tuned because later in the show we have Dubai's most inspiring teenager on the show, paralyzed at a young age back in 2020. Since then, he has gone on to do simply amazing things. We cannot wait to have him on the show. That's at 8:50. But before then,
let's talk, Casey, about the golden retriever Fahad.
Oh no,
Yes.
I don't like that term for Dubai Bling's Fahad. It's not fair. He is the most lovable man. We should put him on a pedestal.
That is true. I mean, they called him the golden retriever because have you seen how he treats Safa like the queen that she is?
So can we please remove golden retriever?
Yeah.
Because that makes it sound like he's a lapdog.
Okay.
And he's not. He is a loving husband that's doing what should be done.
Yes, exactly. It's like he is literally what every girl should aspire to be married to. Because at some point, we live in a world where like men are like, this girl has a lot of high standards when it's technically the bare minimum. And they only called him the golden retriever because of like, you know how like golden retrievers are just known to be like very nice, bubbly, friendly, and so on. And it's like, it's a trend. And even like girls have been calling their boyfriends and their husbands, oh, my golden retriever husband giving me like, let's say, serving me dinner.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be a fan because I think if you put that, imagine if men started labeling women as like poodles and they're like, oh, my poodle brought me my tea. I'd be like, don't you dare. Okay. So I don't think we should put that. I don't love the term golden retriever, but I do love that everyone needs a Fahad trend. For
sure. I mean, as well, Safa towards the end, like she replied, she was like, oh, well, every girl should get her Fahad, but not my Fahad.
Ladies,
which is
don't.
Very good. No lady should take any other lady's man.
Preach.
But at some point, she is right. Maybe we are not asking for too much. Since you and I are ladies, Casey.
we do everyone, but I think it goes the same. And so look, we're talking about Dubai Bling. Fahad is the most adoring, caring husband. And for her birthdays, for celebrations, for push presents, he goes above and beyond for Safa. But he goes above and beyond. But so in the show, Safa is amazing TV. Like she plays up to the role. She's an amazing character. She's got style. She's got charisma. But she loves him. I think that's the most important thing. I don't think she takes it for granted. And when he's going through some hard times, you can see it that she really cares.
I mean, honestly, she does care, and it's very visible on camera, as you've mentioned.
Yeah.
However, like maybe that's like when she's like, let's say like, I don't know, like when she dressed up as a leopard, just to like see what is he doing and so on. It's just because she loves him, because she cares about him. You guys, and then the best thing. And
can we just so you agree with dressing up in camouflage, going to a different country to check out what your partner's doing?
I mean,
I love that. It's because we love you. It's normal.
It is normal. Just like how us women, we are expected to understand a man. A man should understand us. If this is our jealousy issues, so what? Let it be. And this is the best thing about Fahad, which is like why everyone's like, oh my God, I want my Fahad. Or like, it's even a trend like, my standards now are like Fahad. And you can see as well like men like apparently like taking notes of like how to be a Fahad for their future wives. just like be a provider, be that way, and
but I think we need to also flip it that we need to do the same for them.
Of course,
I don't think we can put such high expectations and not have those expectations on ourselves.
100%, of course, you know.
But we want a fahad.
We want a fahad. I mean, I demand my fahad, which is why. I mean, yeah. Since
go on, let's shove it. Which is why.
Yeah, which is why. I mean, honestly, it's like. It's not easy. I'm not an easy person, you know. I've been asked out a lot. It's like I keep on like canceling because like, let me see, are you a fahad to me? Are you going to be providing for me?
But we can't. It's 2023. We can't expect men to just provide for us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with that I kind of agree to disagree on that point because a man, the man that I would want to be with needs to be in his masculine energy that can allow me to be in my feminine energy.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, can a man do what we women can do? No. Can he be a mom and work and do all of these things? I don't think so.
No, but he has to be a dad.
Yeah,
and work
he has
all
to be
of those
a dad and do all of these things. But at the same time, I don't think...
Maybe we have a different label of what provider means.
Yeah. What's provider for you?
Well, I thought you meant it in a sense of like, he's going to totally look after you.
Yeah.
But I would assume that we would need to do the same for them.
We do.
I just feel like there needs to be a balance in terms of what you provide.
Yeah.
Everyone has to bring something to the table.
Exactly.
And in what it looks like on the Dubai Bling show is that Fahad kind of does everything.
He does.
But we know that she loves him.
She loves him and she...
So I think that we can't just demand and expect someone to just give us everything and us giving nothing in return.
Of course, we are going to be giving something in return, right? But he gives so much. Like, I mean, for her push present after like having like on her baby's feed, you know, with like the socks that she put for her new baby born feet, it's like push present. He got her 3 cars. Okay, that's a lot.
Now she had to choose one. I don't think she got. Fahad is a legend.
Yeah,
and if you want to see some of the funny clips, we posted on Instagram yesterday. So jump onto our feed after the show because it's 8:35 and we are just kicking off with our top story today. A 600 million dirham penthouse has gone on sale in Dubai. Do you have cash to splash? This might be one of the biggest sales in Dubai penthouse history if it goes through. The penthouse is located on Raffles the Palm. It has gone on sale for 600 million. That's no small change. It features a cinema, a lounge, hay beds, which I actually didn't have enough time to discover what they actually are, and 10 parking lots.
As well, 8 bedrooms, 3 floors, and amazing views. This is prime real estate, nestled in one of Dubai's most luxurious hotels for that hefty price tag. You also get an indoor, an outdoor, a meditation area, a barbecue area, a cigar lounge, and it has as well spa facilities.
Are you interested? Do you have the money? This is 10,000 square foot of space, which basically you can do whatever you want with when you buy it. And if the sale is achieved, it will be record breaking. We see luxury real estate on the Palm continue to go from strength to strength. So this is just going to be another marker. It'll be really interesting. I love when it's actually sold, you're like, who bought it? Like who actually has, if you had 600 million, would you buy a house?
Yeah.
Who actually has 600 million to buy a penthouse? That means they are loaded. And you'd love to know, how did you get your money? What did you do? Give me tips.
Just, I mean, work, save up. Let's work forever and save up. But honestly, I think it's like the real estate in Palm is just beautiful because it's not just like any view, right? And to have like all of that is just beautiful. A meditation area, a cigar area, an indoor and outdoor pool. Indoor if it's like, let's say cold outside, outdoor if it's hot. I mean, how cool is that? I would love for that.
And it's 360 degrees. So whether you want that amazing Dubai Marina skyline view or the ocean, you get both. If you could only get one, let's say you have 300 million and you can only look into Dubai skyline, you don't get the sunset, or you look out to the sea and you get the sunset but no buildings, but you could be anywhere.
That's true.
Which would you choose?
Sunset and outdoors. I just love it. I mean, honestly, you follow me, right? And you just see how like I keep on posting like, oh, sunset, sunrise, I don't know, cotton candy skies or so on, which is just beautiful to me. It's so, I would say, relaxing. It's kind of like just seeing how the skies just like move from. day to night or night to day is just beautiful at this point.
Well, Farah and I are available to come and check out this pad at any point. We will stop everything.
Yes, for sure.
Let's jump into our next story.
Yes. So our next story is Emiratization continues as 92,000 Emiratis employed towards the end of 2023 in the private sector. Now, as mentioned, towards the end of 2023, nearly 92,000 Emiratis were working in the private sector job pool, marking an impressive 157% increase since the launch of the Nafis program back in September 2021. And this initiative has been a game changer, creating job opportunities for both budding talents and seasoned Emirati professionals alike. Now, these numbers reflected a thriving workforce and a bright future for Emiratis in the private sector job market.
And I think it's going to be very close to home for everyone in companies as it's expanded to the smaller to medium companies. The Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization gave a big thumbs up to over 19,000 companies for hiring UAE citizens. According to regulations, companies with 50 or more employees need to make sure that now at least 6% of their staff are Emiratis by the close of 2024.
Now, for smaller businesses having a workforce of 20 to 49 employees, they are mandated to onboard at least one UAE national in 2024 and another one in 2025. Now, failure to meet these targets will result in fines of 96,000 dirhams for each Emirati not hired in 2024, with collections beginning from January 2025.
This really becomes applicable. You'll see it quite now in the next year, and this was announced on January 1. Smaller to medium companies will need to employ one Emirati and then another in 2025. So we're going to see a huge influx of just Emiratization in our, if you're working at a smaller company, you'll kind of notice it a lot more in the next year or two, because those hefty fines, 96,000 dirham, if you don't meet it, are significant.
I mean, it's a beautiful initiative because when Dubai is multicultural, so you often, like at companies, you don't find an actual Emirati working, and it's very rare, which by the way has created kind of like a stigma or a stereotype towards like locals here in UAE. So, and they are talented. They know how to do the job, right? It's just like because of like the stigma, and they are local, so they tend not to work. As such. So this is a very, I would say, this initiative just allows them to prove themselves and just like show what true locals are all about.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting on a cultural front because we're such a diverse workforce. So,
that's true.
And the best thing that I love about our office is that there's people from all over different nationalities. So like whenever there's a celebration, we get to celebrate everything.
Yeah, they do, which is why Ali Baba did say that he gained a lot of weight. He even get a lot of food as well, which is I'm trying my best to like, I'm not going to eat that just because I don't want to be like him or like her or anyone. I'm not going to gain any weight. But yeah, exactly as you've mentioned, like here at our office, we are very as well multicultural, and all like people from diverse cultures and diverse nationalities are welcome. And
I think the tricky thing now is just to find the right people for the right role, which is what smaller to medium companies are going to be hard at work in the next year. Speaking of hard at work, the man who is the hardest working athlete in the business.
So, Cristiano Ronaldo left Madeira for Dubai, and he was on his private plane or private jet today. Now, of course, this all happened after a video of Ronaldo was all around Twitter, and of course, not only that, he was seen with his wife and his kids, going around.
So cute. Well, we've seen them got on the plane.
Yes.
Not enough footage of him in Dubai has landed just yet.
But a video of him taking off from Madeira to Dubai on his private jet, as I mentioned today, has been making waves all over none other than Twitter. Now, fans are going wild over the footage, capturing the football icon's journey to Dubai.
Now, the anticipation is real because we've seen him in Saudi a lot, and everyone is eager to catch a glimpse of Ronaldo's adventures in Dubai. The excitement doesn't stop there. The video also revealed that Georgina, his son, and a few friends got onto that private plane to come to Dubai.
As well, Ronaldo joined Dubai's elite and secured a palatial mansion in Jumeirah Bay. Bloomberg, of course, reported that Cristiano Ronaldo bought a 30,000 square feet mansion. The property provides a view of downtown Dubai and could be valued more than $27 million.
We're still waiting on the official, so we have that in from Bloomberg. It'll be really interesting to see if he spends enough time here. We know that, he's in Saudi. Contracts there are ironclad in terms of what he's doing in terms of promoting Saudi as a destination. So I don't think we'll actually see a lot of him here for some time. But it is really interesting that he's betting on the region. And I actually think it's amazing. Even if he just drops in for a weekend, it shows that he hasn't just chosen Saudi as this is a paycheck for me. If he chooses to buy real estate, even if it's in the UAE, in Jordan, anywhere, in any of the surrounding countries, it shows that he is interested in the region's future. And I think everyone that moves here, maybe beforehand it might be a paycheck for you, especially people from all over the world. You think, oh, I could go to Dubai, I can earn some money. But as soon as you land here in the region, you see the prospect for opportunity, growth, innovation, and then you start to bet on the country. And that has been so significant to the last 10 years. And Ronaldo is just one of us.
He
came here, he loves it, buys a home, he's going to stay forever.
I mean, of course, with Ronaldo and his reputation and his, I would say, where he stands in the football, let's say, field, it's just at this point amazing because he has done a lot. And he now works for Saudi. So to him, it's like, an hour away to come to Dubai. The UAE is nothing because when he is let's say, the people that live at the United States, they do tend to, let's say, travel from let's say, Texas to Los Angeles, which is maybe almost similar in timing, if you know what I mean.
And he's not getting a commercial plane. He's on a private jet.
He is, of course. And as you said, there's no place better than the UAE because the UAE is not just as you said, a place for fine, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, it's not. It's the amount of chances that you get in the Gulf all over, whether it's Saudi, whether it's UAE, and specifically Dubai, as it's known to be the city of opportunities. It's just amazing. It just shows how much he is invested in his future and as well in, in the Gulf all over. It's just very cool.
It's amazing to see how he's taken the region on board like we have. We're going to jump into our next story now, guys. It's 8:45. At 8:50, we have an interview with Dubai's most inspiring teenager, Rakan Rafat. He's going to be on the show at 8:50. But before we get there, a cute date story, which we love. It's a date story with a kitty rescue. How adorable. This lady found a baby kitten on the highway. Not found, saw, but it was too dangerous to grab it. It turns out she was actually heading out on a second date. The date insisted he would help her rescue the kitten. They couldn't find the kitten, so the date dropped her in the middle of the road. And for 35 minutes, she ran until the end of the road until she found it.
Now, as Casey had said, she ran to the end of the road and found the kitty cowering in the end of the road. She says her and her bae have been rescuing kittens ever since, which is beautiful. I mean, see, I think she has found her Fahad.
How adorable that if you're going and if you have a passion for animals and you're going out on a second date, you're like, oh, I saw this cat, I'd love to go and rescue it. And the date's if the date said no,
that would be
a deal breaker. Red flag or deal breaker?
Honestly, it's a red flag. Because if you want to think about it, if he cannot rescue a baby kitten, how is he going to rescue you?
Exactly. So I think it's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because if you are the type of person, super compassionate, who when you see an animal stray. Now this kitten, by the way, she shared a video. The video is so cinematic. You can see it on our feed. Teeny tiny cowering kitten, and if you see this teeny baby kitten, and if you cannot leave the site, she put herself in danger on that fast road to save that kitten, and if you cannot leave that site, and if your partner, and I know it's only a second date, if that person said no, she knows that he's not the one.
That's true, exactly.
So I think it's a deal breaker.
100%, because if he is, let's say, does not have compassion towards animals, how is he going to have compassion towards you, right? Because I know that there are two completely different things. But technically, a cat or let's say an animal has a soul, and it's just and I saw the video. It's heartbreaking. She's probably scared. She probably ran off from her mom or something. And it's like the fact that with all of the cars on the highway, just like vroom, 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 vroom. It's like, it's scary. And the fact that she just like grabbed it, I was like, that's so heartwarming. And I'm a cat person. I used to be a cat person until we got a dog, but I still am a cat person. So it's like, if let's say you see a cat in the street, you're gonna feed her. You're gonna want to, I don't know, do something, right? Even though it's like, oh, you try to stay away from them because people go like, oh, they are like not clean or so on. But if let's say like he did not rescue, I would be very worried for her if she went on a third date. Exactly. But she is gonna go on a third and a fourth date because
because you see,
yeah, so they're doing it now.
It takes a very special person to stop and do that. So I think they're both amazing people. And then towards the end of the video, you see the cat growing up, and it goes from like teeny tiny baby to like very comfortable, cozy kitten in their home. Maybe not their home, I'm not sure, but they've been rescuing kittens together ever since, which we love.
Of course, for 100%. I mean, honestly, this is amazing, and I bet that she had the way I believe that the way that she has done this kitten in a good way, God will reciprocate it back to her.
Good kitty karma.
Yes, exactly.
Guys, it's 8:50, which means it's nearly time for our next guest. Rakan Rakat is an incredibly remarkable individual, Rakan Rafat, who was paralyzed in 2020 but has gone on to achieve the most incredible, remarkable achievements. We're going to have him with us after this short break. Please stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Rakan Rafat, a remarkable individual who was paralyzed in 2020, but since then has gone on to achieve incredible things. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Not at all, we're honored.
Of course, yes, we're very excited to have you here and just hear all about your story. So how are you doing today?
I'm amazing. I'm very happy to be here. to do this interview with you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you skip school?
Yes.
What school are you? Do they know you're on the show today?
Oh, you should have told them. You should have told them. You should have told them. It would have been very cool for them to see that you were going to be here.
They can see it after.
They can see it after.
Okay, that's perfect.
We want to talk about your journey since 2020, but before we get there, can we look back at 2020 and can you explain to everyone what happened?
So one day, one morning, me and two of my friends decided to go to a park. And the weather wasn't the best the night before, and it was kind of windy that morning. And we went to the park and we sat down on like a bench, and there was a big wood wall behind me and two of my friends. One of my friends got up actually because he got a phone call, and then 2 seconds later he looks back and the wall is falling on my back, and the person next to me, my friend that was next to me, it fell on her back also. And we were stuck under that wall for quite a bit of time because it weighed like almost 1 ton, so it was very, very heavy. So it needed like a lot of security guards just to lift it up a little bit to pull me out of like from under that wall. But then after that, that's where like my point, where like that's the point my life changed, where like I became paralyzed from waist down, and yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
So there is no cure, not even with physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy is just to keep me active, but like it's not the cure to getting me to walk again, you know.
Can you remember how you felt at that time?
I was awake actually the whole time. My friend passed out, so she does not remember anything. But I was awake during that time, and I was trying, and I can hear my friend telling me, try to push, but and I was telling him I like can't feel my legs, so I can't push, like, you know. And at that point, I just like I thought like something worse was gonna happen, but thank God, like.
Thank God.
You know?
I mean, when did you know that you are going to be paralyzed from waist down?
The moment they pulled me out from under the wall, that's when I was like, are my legs there? I was asking the people around me, like, are my legs there? Like, you know? And that's when like I realized that that's like my life is just gonna change.
You knew that you are going to be paralyzed?
Yeah.
You know,
the moment I couldn't feel my legs, that's when I was like, done. Like,
you're saying this so easily, but I'm listening and I've got goosebumps, and I'm like, what you went through, so brave, and what you've done since then is so incredible. Did you have a moment where you thought, how did you go on to achieve? You know, did you have is there ever a moment that you were down, or were you always like, this is going to be my life change and I'm going to do great things?
Of course, like when I was in the hospital, I wasn't like in the best physical and mental situation because of like what happened wasn't easy to come over, like to take like over and move on from it. So it was very difficult to move on from it. And then, but at some point of my life, I realized that it happened, so I just need to make a change. I need to do something to get out of my comfort zone and do what I like and go back to the sports and everything.
That's very inspiring, because you know, some people, like if they do get paralyzed, they tend to have it, or the mentality that their life is over.
Yeah.
But how long did it take you to get to that realization that, you know, your life is not over, that let me continue my life as I wanted to?
It didn't take me that long. Like after my accident, by a month and a half, I went to Germany, and then in Germany, like I went for rehabilitation. So that's when I realized that there are many things that I can do, like many sports, many things. So that's what pushed me, you know. And I started reading about these, like I said, Paralympics. I started reading about many things, and so that's what like pushed me to like do these sports and move on from it.
This is it, because we could literally list the achievements, the awards, and all the incredible things that you've done. But like, let's kick off. You invented an all-terrain wheelchair. How did that come about, and why wasn't it there first? Is this it?
No, this is not it. It's actually at home. But so me and my friends, two of my friends from school, we decided that we want to enter the national award for science, in Dubai, like a competition. And we decided that we want to enter and like create something that will benefit my people in my case. So we started reading, and there was no other wheelchair like in the world, and that does what the one I created does.
Amazing.
And it's actually the first wheelchair to be created in the UAE, and it's by us. So like, it's amazing.
That is literally
good on you. So what is like
blown
the
away
specificities of the wheelchair that you've created?
Yeah,
that
so
is like...
this wheelchair, like I can do over 7 sports in it, because every sport in the wheelchair industry, like you need a different chair because of the cambers, like angle. And so this wheelchair, I've created something that will change the camber of the wheels to adjust to any sport I would like. And I've also made it that I can also change it to like become an all-terrain wheelchair, like go on the sand, go on the beach, go on like all terrains, you know. And it has a special suspension system that we've created also. Like everything was done by scratch, like piece by piece. And so that's what's special about it.
And are they going to sell it around the world? Like this sounds like, you know, a lot of people could benefit from it.
I mean, hopefully the idea is still hidden.
Yeah.
But hopefully soon it will be like shown to the public and out. And hopefully we'll be creating it and selling it to people at a good price. Because the point of this wheelchair was, it's that every wheelchair can go, or like the basketball wheelchair can go from 40 to 70,000 dirhams, not even more. And the daily wheelchair can cost to 70,000. Like the prices are just too much, like, and people can't afford that. And there was one problem I was facing, and that's what made me like not like doing many sports, is because every time I want to go do a sport, I have to change the wheelchair to go do that sport.
Yeah.
But in this wheelchair that I've created, I just sit on it and it's a press of a button and it does everything for me. So this is what's special about it.
So it's like an all-in-one. So you literally just said, it's like, I have this, it does not have me.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it's
epic.
it's because like, I just can't imagine like you telling me the story, like having my life changed in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry because like, how can you even just like move on from that? And you moved on in like what, like a month and a half?
Yeah.
Which is just like, you are a champion at this point.
Thank you so much.
Which is amazing.
And it's not just the creative side of, you know, creating wheelchairs. You've actually also gone on to become the fastest hand-controlled karting champion. So you've actually created something that you're going to use to be the best, right? So how many sports are you involved in, and how did you manage that?
I've done many sports, like basketball wheelchair, track wheelchair, many other sports that I've tried most of the sports. But the one sport that just like I liked a lot more than the others, because it was something I like, which is motorsport, and which hopefully I want to take it somewhere like. And so Dubai Cardrome actually did this hand control kart, and so I got in contact with them, and they got the kart ready for me. And I started actually like doing some Ironman races, which are like 1 hour races. And I was trying to like become better and better. So every time I would go there, I would just keep beating my time. And I want to thank them also for giving me all the support, which they've been there from the start. They've always been trying to support me, push me, to become better always. The people there, the community of karting, all of them, I would like to thank them. Yeah.
Love it.
That's amazing. As well, like for example, you've mentioned that you had a friend as well, the thing fell on her, right? Did nothing happen to her?
No, something did happen to her. She broke a couple of parts in her back and her arm.
Okay.
And
but like, what was the reaction like when you came back to school and you were paralyzed?
nothing. It felt more special.
Really? Yeah, they all, of course, were like, oh, hope you get better soon.
Yeah.
You're a hero because
Thank
at this
you.
point.
Thank you.
And since then you've become a living book spokesperson.
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
MBRU, Mohammed bin Rashid University for Medicine, invited me to speak to their students and to their professors about my story and to inspire them, you know, because they're med students, so it's a bit harder on them. So they need to just listen to someone and get that motivation, you know. And that's why that was the reason they invited me.
Yeah, you're like an inspiration of like nothing can stop in your way.
Yeah.
So technically, it's like nothing can stop in your way unless you allow it to, and you give it power to, which is beautiful. You didn't allow the fact that you got paralyzed get in your way of your dreams and achievements and so on and on and on, which is beautiful. I think we can even benefit from that. So, what is like one advice you would give anyone with a disability?
To just never give up and get out of your comfort zone and do what you like. Search, go check the sports out, do something new, change, you know, not sit at home and do nothing. Just get out of your comfort zone.
It's amazing because you've taken on, without meaning to, you've taken on a role of inspiring others and being a living book spokesperson. That's what you're doing. Do you have any like, you know, and also, you know, your story's been made headlines.
Yeah.
So when you Google your name, you'll find Rakan Rafat. The story is there. So I'm sure you've had maybe people reaching out to you. Is there any kind of meaningful story that someone has shared with you that has touched you?
I mean, many people have messaged me, like some people message me about their kids. You inspire my kids, for example. Some people like that are on wheelchairs, they messaged me and they're trying to see what the sports I do, how do I do them, where do they get in contact with those people, and yeah.
But Rakan, I have a question. Yeah. So you say that you did not allow that to get to you and that you moved on in a month. How? Like, what was, like, let's say the recipe that, you know, what kept you motivated towards achieving your goals and not allowing you getting paralyzed to get in the way?
Just like the family support, the friend support, that was probably the biggest part of it. Like my family being there by my side and my friends. And just not really thinking about it much. Like that's what changed it like most. Like and just not really think about it and move on, you know?
Yeah.
Because if I didn't move on, then I would do nothing in my life.
That's true.
Speaking of moving on, before you leave us, I have no doubt that you have some big plans in store. What are your future goals? What do you hope for?
Hopefully I want to be like an endurance racing driver one day.
So cool.
And hopefully like have many more prizes and more like win more competitions hopefully. And yeah. So
Rakan, you're an absolute legend. If anyone is inspired by Rakan's story, if they want to get in touch, if they have questions on any of your achievements or accomplishments, how can they find you?
On my Instagram, rakan.2607.
Awesome. By the way, Rakan skipped school to be here, so we're very grateful for that. Thank you so much. What school are you in?
Dubai National School.
Dubai National School. And also, you're from?
Jordan.
Jordan
and Palestine.
Jordan, Palestine. Amazing. Yeah. We have Lovin Palestine and Lovin Oman, so we'll share your story there as well.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming in, Rakan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, that is all we have time for on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you on Monday morning. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you then. Same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.